The Orient Blu-ray 2, to me, is the much needed and much improved Orient lineup of divers. Still retains that beautiful blue reflective dial and a sunburst pattern. So there's your close-up. Let me ditch this. They ditched that second crown, and I personally don't miss it one bit. This one did not come on the bracelet. I bought this used. This came with their rubber strap with the dolphins on it, and I do like this rubber strap. I'm a bracelet guy, and the Orient bracelet is fine. I've had them in the past. This strap is better than the Seiko old standard rubber. But I think the main reason I bought this one was because it's so affordable, especially in the used market. I don't even remember what I paid for this, but I got it on a buddy hookup from Cameron out in Utah. So, I mean, I had a little bit better hookup than maybe a standard used one, but even new on Amazon. You could go on Amazon Prime right now. This watch with the bracelet, I'm looking at it here for $178.72. That's with Amazon Prime. And that's, free shipping and all that. So it's already like a killer value. And this has been compared so many times in the past to the Seiko SKX because they were in about the same price category. But now this one's cheaper and it has the better movement than the old Seiko 7S because this has more features. So now this is more in line with like the Monster, I guess. I mean, it's not apples to apples as far as the appearance and everything, but the movement, you can kind of compare it. Day-date, hackable, hand-windable, all that stuff. But this is still a better value cost-wise, and they're readily available. The Monsters are disappearing. So this thing, in my mind, is becoming like one of the best entry-level automatic diver watches you could buy is the Orient Ray and the Mako in the second generation. To me, it's a no-brainer. And Bruce just looked at this one too, this actual watch. So, you can check out his review too, which is, he did a great job on it. You can tell everything he said is true. The bezel is stiff. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's very little play. I mean, it works. The measurements on this, I went off a little bit, is very similar to, say, like my Omega Seamaster. You're looking at like 41.5 millimeter. Then the thickness, you're looking at 13, these are accurate measurements that they actually have on the Amazon. Lug to lug, you're looking at 46.2, and then it has a 22 millimeter lug gap there. So, and there's other bracelet options for this that'll match up. You can either do a straight end, which I'm not a big fan of having that gap there, but there's plenty of options out there, whether you get the standard Orient bracelet or you can get the strap code bracelets that they have the end links that made up, and those would look great. I've yet to see this like on a Jubilee. I don't know if anybody makes one of those. That would be kind of cool. But personally, the Makos I had in the past, I threw it on a mesh bracelet. I thought it looked great. And my favorite one is actually the Mako, where it has the 12. There's no 3 there because of the day-date, and then it has the 6 and the 9. I don't know, there's something about the dial aesthetics of that one I prefer more than the Ray. But this one is such a clean, great design. There's not a whole lot of clutter on there. You have the water resist 200 meters. You have the applied Orient logo, and then the Orient and the automatic is printed on there. And then you have the day-date, which I'm a fan of. I know some people would rather just have the date or nothing on there, but I'm totally good with the day and date on there. I love it. So I would like to see Orient maybe pump out some, now that they have the second generation case and movement and everything going on here. I'd like to see some limited models. In the past, I don't know if there's any Orient fans watching this, but they did a Orient Mako in the past that was a yellow dial, and they didn't do a whole lot of them. That thing, that is cool. I'd like to see maybe some limited models of these, some funky colors, and maybe even do some different bezel options. And then these are, you can mod these too. There's a Mark over at Average Bros. He did some cool mods. He's got a coin edge bezel on it and different inserts, and so I think you have infinite possibilities here. These are readily available. They have the better movement than the SKX, and personally, I like how this is more of a traditional angle on the bezel, so it just fits under cuffs better. And then you got a slight chamfer on the mineral. There's no bevel on this. But you could swap that out, or I've scratched some of these in the past where I haven't scratched the Seiko Hardlex, so I wasn't sure if this was a Hardlex or if this was just their own mineral crystal. I'm thinking it's not Hardlex, because Orient's owned by Seiko. But I like this bezel. I think I just want to see some funky colors. I want to see some yellow, or I wish they would be more bold and just be more risky. The blue and the black and everything looks great, but it's just not. It doesn't pop. I like, you guys know, I like the Orange Monster, so I like to see some chances taken, with the lineups. I think they'll sell all right, especially if you do maybe even some limited production. That always seems to work. So there's a quick look at the Orient Ray 2, and I'm a big fan. I think the price is great, the availability is great, so definitely try one. I can throw it on wrist real quick if you guys want to see what it looks like on a 7 1/4. And that was part of the reason why I kind of got away from it. I felt like they were too small. But honestly, I don't know. You kind of evolve a little bit, and and I know it's hard to get a good perception when it's so close, but if I throw this on a mesh, it's really comfortable. And there's definitely, you can see with a 7 1/4, the lugs don't come all the way down and stuff. So it's a little bit smaller than I'm used to, but I still dig it. And for how much I paid for this one, I'm going to go ahead and keep it around. I think it's a good watch to compare to others because of the crazy value of the cost on it. It's just unbeatable, and it's keeping great time too. So, and then when you get this thing in the sun, man, that dial just looks great. So go check out these Orients.